Hey everybody, this is Theo Clark from I Ain't Everybody's Uncle, and I just got something I want to put out. And I'm gonna say this company. I don't care if they get mad. I don't care what they say, but uh, uh, I don't know. I feel like I feel like I'm justified in being able to call this company out that I've been dealing with for about 3 years. Didn't have any problems up until November 13th. uh, uh, a representative from ADT called me up and asked or told me that the system that I have in that the company was phasing this system out, which I didn't believe at first, and I'm like, yeah, whatever. You phasing the system out, and I hadn't heard about this. I hadn't heard that the system was being phased out. The system that I had was a was called the Pulse, and basically what the problem, or not the problem, but the thing was is I didn't have a problem with the Pulse system, and the Pulse system was working fine. But the lady on the phone, or the representative on the phone, said that we're phasing out the Pulse system, and you're probably going to have to upgrade your system. And I was like, well, I mean, if I'm going to upgrade, I might as well, get the best of the best of the best of what they have out there. So I asked the lady, I said, well, what's the system that you guys have now, and what's the benefit of the system? And I also asked her, I said, hey, I said, but does the system that you guys are installing now, is that the same, does it do the same thing that the Pulse system does? And she said yes. And I asked her, I said, does that system also work with Alexa? She says yes. She said it all works together, and it's fine. I said, okay. I said, well, if the system is better than the system that you guys have right now, the Pulse, then sure, I'll put it in. I said, well, how much is it? So she said it was $750. So I'm like, okay, well, yeah, that's kind of expensive. I don't know if I'm ready to do that. And she says, well, what you can do is that you can pay over time, like with your regular system. So you pay like an extra 12, 13, $14 a month, and that pays for the system as you go. So I'm thinking, okay, well, if the system is better, it's touch screen, it's works with the Alexa, and you know, it's supposed to be a better system. So I said, okay, well, we'll set up a date for you guys to come out and put it in. So they sent a technician out. When they sent the technician out, the technician seemed like he was pretty knowledgeable. He's a pretty nice guy. We kind of hit it off. I was like, okay, well, let's do this, let's do that. And I told him, I said, well, in addition to putting in the command system, I also wanted to install another two sensors on two windows that I have upstairs that didn't have sensors on them. So he's like, okay. And then he told me, what the extra cost was, and I was like, fine, didn't have a problem with it. So as we go through, and he's hooking up the system, and then he says, oh yeah, and the system also comes with an additional camera. So I'm like, okay, additional, is it outdoor or indoor? He says, oh, it's both. He says, but I noticed that you have other cameras outside the house. And I was like, yeah, I do. I said, well, what would you like it? I said, well, I'd like it to be on the corner of the house, which would look towards both of my front gates and my security gate. So I'm thinking, okay, well, I already have a camera that points, or I actually have two cameras that point to the security gate. There's one on the garage, and then there's one down by the security gate, which is about 100 feet from the driveway. So, we got to talking back and forth, and he was like, yeah, I could put it on there. It's Wi-Fi, da 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 da. I'm like, okay. I said, so you're going to hook up the Alexa? So he looks at me, he's like, and he was like, no, he was like, I don't work on Alexa. I said, but the system is capable of working with Alexa. So he says yes, but I don't hook it up because I don't work with Alexa. So, I'm thinking I'm technically proficient. I could do it. I could hook her up to Alexa. So, I go through the process of going on YouTube and trying to figure out. And YouTube tells me, and also with the ADT app on their website, also says that this system, the command center, works with Alexa. So I took it and like I followed the instructions and I'm going on there. I'm going through settings in the system and doing all of this. But there's supposed to be a digital button next to the Wi-Fi button, but there's no digital button. So I'm like, okay, well, what's the problem? I said, well, maybe they gave me a bad command center. So I called them up a couple of days later. I think it was like 2 days later, and I called a lady up on the phone. I said, hey, look, I need to know, is this system compatible with Alexa? She says, yes. I said, well, I'm wondering if you could help talk me through the system. So she said yes, she could help me. So we went through and, we got going through all the stuff. And I'm looking, and she's like, well, there should be a button next to the Wi-Fi button. I was like, there's no button next to the Wi-Fi button. And then she was like, okay, well, let's see if we can reset it. So she says she can reset the command. Okay, so she resets it. No Alexa button. Nothing comes up. So I said, well, this is a problem. I said, well, maybe you guys put in a bad command center. She says, maybe that's a problem. And then she's like, well, we can schedule a technician to come out. So I'm like, well, there's also another problem that when the last technician was out here, he didn't hook up my Quest for my garage. So she was like, oh, well, I can send somebody out there to do that and take care of both of them at the same time. So I was like, okay, all right, fine, cool. So I hung up with her and I'm thinking she scheduled somebody to come out. So she sent a guy out. He worked on the garage thing, put a new module in, and he said, well, the last guy didn't switch the module out, and the module doesn't work with the command center. So I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. So I asked this guy, I said, hey, you also in the work order, you supposed to be hooking up the Alexa to the command center. And he looks at me and he says, oh, I don't work on Alexa. What? So he leaves. I get on the phone with another lady on the phone, tells me, oh, okay, well, let's see if we can get this fixed. I'm like, okay. So then she's like, well, go to your systems, look at the module number or the command center number. And she's like, oh, they put the wrong command center in. We need to switch out your command center. Now, at this point, I'm confused because all these people that I've talked to from ADT, they're saying that Alexa works with this system. Hold on, no, Alexa's supposed to work. Oh, Alexa's supposed to work. From November 13th to today, and today is December 27th. Now, mind you, I got to go and have surgery tomorrow, which is the 28th. All right. So lo and behold, I called them back on the phone. I said, hey, can somebody from ADT give me a direct answer? Can we figure this out? You guys told me that the system would work with Alexa. So they said, well, we can't figure out what's going on. So I'm like, okay, well, send somebody out here to fix this. So they send somebody out. I called a guy on the phone. I said, well, the guy called me on the phone and said he was on his way to my house. This was on a Saturday. So I'm like, okay, all right. So I asked the guy when he called me up on the phone, he says, hey, I'm en route to your house. I'm probably about 15, 20 minutes away. And I said, well, do you know what you're coming here for? And he said, oh, yeah, I know. I said, okay, all right. Well, I'll see you when you get here. So me and my wife was here. We at the house waiting for the guy to come in. I buzz him in through the gate. He comes in through the gate and pulls in. I shut the gate behind him. So I was like, oh, come on in. I said, hey, I said, so you know what you're here for? And he was like, yeah. He's like, I'm supposed to be installing something. I'm like, yeah, you're supposed to be fixing Alexa on my command center. So dude looks at me, is like, I don't know why they sent me out here because I don't know anything about Alexa. I said, well, wait a minute. I said, but I said, does the system, is it compatible with Alexa? He says, oh, yeah. I just don't install it because I haven't been trained to install the Alexa on your system. I said, dude, I said, then what are you doing here? I said, you need to call your supervisor. You need to call somebody to find out why in the hell they sent somebody out here that doesn't know how to hook up Alexa. And this has been the problem from Jump Street. So anyway, he's standing in the doorway. I'm standing in the hallway, and I call somebody from ADT, and I'm like, hey, look, what is going on? I said, why would you guys send somebody out to my house that doesn't know how to hook up Alexa? And they were like, well, where's the technician at? I was like, he's standing in my driveway or my garage. And I said, I'm trying to figure out why you guys can't hook up this Alexa. Now, the guy tells me, he comes back in because I'm standing in the house. He comes back in. He said, I spoke with my supervisor, and my supervisor said that they'll have somebody out here to hook your Alexa up. I said, well, wait a minute. I said, when? And he said, sometime today. I said, what? I said, you need to get your supervisor back on the phone so I can talk to him, so I can find out when they're fixing sending someone back out here to fix the Alexa. So I'm standing in the house. My wife's outside with the grandkids, and he's like, okay, I'm going to get back on the phone. I'm going to get him supervised. Next thing I know, my wife comes in the house, and she says, hey, that dude's leaving. Now, mind you, he's backing down my driveway, and my gate is shut. So now I come out of the house, and I'm like, hey, man, where are you going? And he was like, well, I can't let you speak to my supervisor. I'm like, okay, you couldn't come back in and tell me that? You just going to leave? And he was like, yeah, because I can't do anything to help you. So I'm like, all right, dude, go, because I do not want any problems. Go, just leave. So he drives out of the driveway. So the next thing I do, I get back on the phone with another person from ADT. And I'm like, hey, what's going on? I said, I don't understand why you guys cannot just fix this simple problem. So the guy tells me, he's like, well, hold on just a minute. He gets on the phone. He says, well, there's an article on the internet that says that we partnered up with Google and we're no longer compatible with ADT. I said, wait a minute, there's an article on the internet and you guys don't know it? I said, there's also an article on the internet that say unicorns exist. Just because that article is on the internet doesn't mean it's true. So at this point, my head is about to explode with ADT. Now, I've been a customer for ADT for almost 3 years. Never had a problem. Never had an issue. They always came out, done what they were supposed to do. In this one moment, they lied to me. Then I get on the phone today, and I get on the phone so I call the cancellation center. So I asked the cancellation center, look, I want to cancel my service with you guys. This is ridiculous. I said, you guys don't know what you're doing. You don't know what you're selling. I said, you guys put this product in my house, and now you're telling me that that it's my fault, and I have to pay almost $1,000 just to get out of the contract because ADT lied to me. They lied to me when they put the system in. They said it was compatible with ADT. Now, I have to back up for a little bit because before that after the last technician, a gentleman called me on the phone, and he says, well, we can't let you out your contract, but we can give you a Google, one of the Google golf pucks or whatever the things. I said, first of all, dude, I don't have a Google in my house. I don't want Google. I want my system to work with Alexa. It doesn't work with Alexa. You guys lied to me. I don't want to put Google in my house. I just want out of the contract. I want to be done with it. And he's like, well, if you won't accept the Google, there's nothing we can do. I'm like, wait a minute. I said, first of all, y'all lied to me. You guys lied and said that this system was compatible with Alexa. So I'm going on and on. This is going on about a month and a half. Okay, from November 13th to December 28th, I have been round and round with ADT. Now, the big thing is that I called ADT Cancellation Center today. So I'm talking to this lady on the phone. She starts to get like, you know, she just started to feel like I was talking over her or I was not giving her an opportunity to explain. I didn't need any explanation. All I needed was you guys to do the right thing. First of all, you lied to me. And then when you lied to me, you didn't want to face your lie. And then you tried to change it and say because the guy called and offered me a piece of Google crap that I didn't want in my house, that I was responsible. And I think that's bull. So anyway, I get on the phone today. It's probably about 3 o'clock my time, and I get on the phone and I'm talking to the lady, and she gets a little beside herself. So I'm like, look, I don't want to talk to you anymore. Just let me talk to a supervisor. Now, be advised that supervisor is not in the ADT lingo. It's the leadership team. They're a part of the leadership team. I'm like, leadership team, does that mean that you can make decisions? Because if that means you making decisions, then that means you either a supervisor or a manager. One of the two. Nobody give a damn what you call it. So anyway, I speak to this gentleman, and this guy, I wrote down his name. I don't have a problem with saying his name. Because guess what? You want to come after me? Come after me. I'm not afraid of you guys. All I want to do is get out of my contract, and you guys come and get this crap out of my house. The dude I spoke to name was Lorenzo Lewis. So I spoke to him, and I'm like, hey man, I said, I don't want to argue with you guys. I don't have anything personal about this. I said, I'm just one person. I said, man, all I want is out. Just come get y'all stuff. Give me whatever money I gave y'all. And just cancel my contract, brother. I'm just one dude. I'm just one dude. And all I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get this resolved. That's all I'm trying to do. You know what I'm saying? Man, I don't want no trouble. But guess what? Y'all want to make it a thing. ADT want to make this a thing because they lied to me. And then the guy wants to use all these hypotheticals about, if we put the system in for a 95-year-old couple and they can't work the touch screen, and that's not a reason to get out of their contract. I said, yeah, but you didn't lie to them about they couldn't work the touch screen. You lied to me. Y'all straight up lied to me up until the 1st of December. Where y'all started trying to change y'all tune when y'all signed that contract with Google. Okay? If you go on YouTube, if you go on ADT website, which they probably taken it down, but if you go on their website, they even say this: the command center works with Alexa. Even the technicians that came out here said it works with Alexa. They just haven't been trained on how to put it on there. So anyway, when I got done talking to Mr. Lewis, he kept informing me that, you need to go through your area administrator or your area manager. I'm like, you talking about the same guy that called me and told me that he would offer me a free Google when I didn't want that crap in my house? What do I want Google in my house for when I already have Alexa? I don't need it. Why don't y'all just give me what y'all promised me? Okay? What is a breach of contract? A breach of contract is when you have a contract and you don't do what's in that contract. And in that contract and in my my worksheet, it says hook up Command Center and Alexa. That's what it says. They trying to tell me, no, we never told you it worked with Alexa. I say, you're a liar. And you're lying now, and you were lying back when you first put it in. And all I want is, man, come and get y'all stuff. Let me out the contract. That's it. That's all I'm asking for. Now he says, well, I have to put you in contact with the area manager because we can't cancel contract. I said, well, do you work for ADT? He's like, yeah. I said, is this a cancellation department? He says, yes. I said, so why can't you cancel the contract? I said, y'all, the contract, because we're a different division. We're in Texas and that's California. I said, but is it ADT? It's like, yeah. I said, is there a cancellation department in California? He's like, no. I was like, well, where's the cancellation department at? You talking to him? Really? But you can't cancel my contract. Well, we can't cancel your contract because the area manager offered you a Google and you didn't accept it. I said, what kind of stupid is that? Why would I accept Google when you told me it worked with ADT? All I'm saying is that you told me it worked with Alexa. That's what you told me. I would have never had y'all come in my house if y'all would have told me this does not work with Alexa. Because everything that I have in my house, every electronic that I have in my house works with Alexa. Why the hell do I want to put a different program in when I already have a program that works? So I'm just telling y'all, if you're thinking about going with ADT and the command center, don't do it, because they set up a contract with Google. And if you have Alexa in your house, it's not going to work. Okay? Then that means that you have to get something additional. That means you have to get an additional Google golf puck or whatever the hell they call the thing. You got to get an additional Google to work with everything that they hook up in your ADT. That means that your Alexa will no longer shut off your ADT alarm, nor will it arm your ADT alarm, nor will it open up your garage door. Okay? So, and it will not unlock any locks that you have on your old ADT system or any other system. Do not, and I'm just telling you this out of good faith, do not get the ADT system. They full of crap. The customer service is ridiculous, especially if you have a problem. And then they will continue to lie and say you said something you didn't say. Now, my wife has been with me through every conversation that she's ever heard that I've had on speakerphone, and she's heard them say, oh, yeah, it works with Alexa, it's fine, it's great, and it doesn't. So make sure you do your homework. If you see something on YouTube, and this is dated December 27th, 2021, ADT is full of crap, okay? ADT are liars. Okay, they are not going to tell you the truth. Basically, what they're going to do is they're going to tell you you need to upgrade your system. And if you upgrade that system and you sign a contract with them, you're done. But see, what they don't know is, see, I got the money to pursue this, and I'm going to. I don't care how many lawyers I got to go through, whatever I got to go through. I'm not going to stop fighting this. I'm not going to stop fighting this, because all you got to do is say, hey, okay, we made a mistake. You one person, we're going to come out, we're going to get the system. They make billions of dollars a year. And you think me being one person that I am going to interrupt the flow of money? But I'm going to do everything in my power to put, I have never, ever complained. If I complain about something, I'm like, okay, whatever, it is what it is. $1,000? Yeah. Could I give him $1,000 to get out the contract? Yeah, I could. I ain't gonna. Because first of all, you lied to me. And you lied to me and lied to me and lied to me and lied to me and lied to me. And you milked this on to where it would go so long that you could now turn around and say, well, you didn't complain about it as soon as we put it in. So, that's a problem. Why is that a problem? But I asked them, I said, hey, can you go back and check your installation date? They told me no. I said, can you check the first date that I started complaining about the Alexa not working on this system? They said no. But they can tell me when the guy called me and offered me that stupid Google product, which I don't want. So I'm just saying this to you guys. If you guys are looking, because I'm going to put this on my YouTube. I'm going to put this Facebook. I'm gonna put this. I'm not even a TikToker. I have one internet account, and that's on Facebook. But I think I'm just gonna start opening up internet accounts, and I'm gonna plaster this all over the place because people need to know that if you're getting screwed by somebody, man, it's not right. People work hard for their money. And then you got these people that are sitting on the other side of the phone reading scripts. They don't feel what you feel. Only thing I want is, hey man, do the right thing. That's it. Karma. Do the right thing. So I'm gonna end this, and like I said, even with the subscribers that I have, you guys check this out. I'm gonna post it tonight, and I just want you guys to know that I don't complain about a lot. Most of my stuff that's on the internet is I try to be uplifting. I try to show stuff that I'm doing around my property, different handy things that you can do, and stuff that you could do on the down low or easy or real quick where it doesn't cost you a whole lot of money. All I'm saying, man, is do the right thing. Mr. Lewis, you know what the right thing is. You know what the right thing was. Maybe you under contract with ADT, but I'm not. Do the right thing, man. It's not right. It's not right y'all do this to people, especially hard-working people that work for their money, But it's all good. Because I'm going to post this. I want you guys to, like I said, if you guys want any information about ADT, I'm gonna list this under ADT and things you need to know. Do not believe ADT when they say their system is compatible with Alexa, because it's not. Because they went and signed a dumb contract with Google. But that's on them. That's their business. But don't screw me in the process of telling me a lie. All right. I want everybody to know that, like I said, I'll be posting this here, in probably the next couple of hours. My name is Theo, and I want all of y'all to keep your heads up, be strong, and don't let, like I said, don't let these big guys run you over. You know what I'm saying? You got to stand up. And like they say, if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. And don't fall for anything. You know what I'm saying? You got to fight back. Don't let them just walk away with your money. Don't let them tell you that, oh, we did this and we don't care, because they don't. And my name is Theo, and I want y'all to keep your heads up, stay true, and remember that tomorrow it's going to be a better day. It's going to be a better day. This is Theo with I Ain't Everybody's Uncle. Y'all have a good one, and peace out.